welcome back and Happy New Year, friends. This year I wanted to start with a little kind of recap video and things that you saw in a title about new things, realities that happened, and yeah, some books as well of this year that I really like. I wanted to share with you. So I think I need to change my hand.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, destined by the motion, loving this devotion.
What I want to talk about first is what this year brought to me, and I think it was super exciting, and there happened a lot of things that I didn't expect to. And of course I'm very excited to what 2023 will bring. So first of all, what I think I want to say is that 2022 and also beginning of this year, yeah, kind of a breakthrough year, and yeah, there happened things that I want to change in my life and stuff like that. And I also finished my bachelor's degree in architecture, meaning that I passed all my exams and stuff like that. And yeah, but right now I'm in my break year in a sense and starting my internship soon. So there are a lot of things happening this year and also changes in my life. So okay, these birds are really weird. I think it's gonna be a very eventful year, and I'm gonna do a lot of videos, I think, not like last year. And this is also something that I'm gonna talk in another video about having too much time and stuff like this. So stick around. And yeah, I'm sorry that it's so shaky. All right. I know that being finished with my studies, finishing something like this after 3 years, it was not easy, because I just realized it wasn't something that I actually feel like doing. But there's also a book that I read that year and I want to share with you, is Grit. In short, there are some key points that I took out of this book. One of them being that talent does not guarantee that you will achieve something. The other thing is that consistency of effort is everything to get somewhere. And grit consists of interest, practice, purpose, and hope. Deliberate practice is for preparation, and flow is for performance. This year, this was also a breakthrough in the sense that I tried to open more to other people, to meeting people online, and to dating as well. So all this stuff was, yeah, there was happening a lot. And also at work, I met so many cool people, and I was just like, I don't know, through that I didn't have that much to do, only working part-time. I had much more time to spend time with people and reaching out to them. So this is also something that I think everyone has to learn, kind of, to know how to keep up the connections, how to keep in touch and stuff like that. And I think this is super important, because kind of as an introvert, it's not always easy for me to, you know, get out to people, or just like know also when people really want to do something with me or when not, and when it's the time, for example, when I can really say, okay, hey, let's do something together. So all this stuff was really like important for me this year, and that I think I developed a bit more in that area, which I'm super proud of and super happy about. And what I also got into more was doing much more sports. I kind of fulfilled my goal in this summer to go more hiking. It wasn't as much as I wanted, but in a sense it was still more than it was before, and I'm really happy about this. And also doing sports at the university, that yeah, there are so many cool opportunities, and I really wanted to get the most out of it. And I just really found the joy in doing sports again, which I had like in high school, and then kind of because of studies were just like hidden somewhere. So it was super cool to do that. And of course also the thing with surfing, I also try to go more into this. It's not easy living in Switzerland, of course, but it is possible, right? So it's also something that I want to try a bit more in next year, if it's possible, of course. In 2021, I was reading much more non-fiction books, and this year I found that it was a bit too much, in the sense that it takes much time to think about this and you cannot just read through it, obviously. This year I tried to also read different books, and not only these ones that are like self-help or like psychology kind of things. One of it, not everything was fiction, but two of them were really, really nice that I found. One of this is by Olga Tokarczuk, probably my favorite Polish author, which was The Tender Narrator. So The Tender Narrator is kind of a fourth-person narrator, which has a possibility to see everything, like every element of the world, and connect it into one big whole, which maybe other people don't see. And the author basically talks about new definitions, how to define all the changes that happen in the world, and also other texts that are more about travel, the relationship of people to animals. Also recently, actually by accident, I read How Not to Die Alone by Richard, what's his name, Roper. Because I actually wanted to do the non-fiction book about this, which has the same title, but obviously a different author. But in the end, it was quite a nice book, and I really enjoyed it. And it also kind of told the same story of, you know, getting over things that happened in your life that were bad, and just opening to people, and just this idea that actually no one of us wants to die alone. But it also takes a lot of effort, and it just takes time to build up connections and relationships. So I thought it's a really, really interesting book. But of course, I also wanted to read a non-fiction book about this as well. So yeah, this is also on my reading list this year for sure. So in a sense, the new chapter that is kind of in this breakthrough year already started. It was a very, I think, sometimes we just really need this time to, you know, just slow down a bit and just do the stuff that you really want, but sometimes it's also difficult. In a future video soon, I really want to talk about this kind of thing, how it is to have too much time, in a sense, how to really get through all the things that you want to do, even though it's maybe not that easy to get motivated. And this is something that I struggle a lot, but I think it was also a good thing to get through and not always have a full schedule as I had until now, because I never really did a gap year after school and stuff like that. So I think, which is super, super cool right now. There are also some exciting things coming, also some travel things coming this year. So I'm super excited about this. Yeah, and there are also some realities that just happened, that I had to quit my job that I really liked. But yeah, it's just like kind of the way of things, right? I will have to quit my job, but I'm also going on vacation soon, which I will also document, of course, and starting my internship also in March. So there are some kind of things that will happen, and new experiences as well, and meeting new people and stuff like that. So I'm really excited for that. Also, 2023 will be a lot about starting new things and starting over. I don't want to tell you too much about this right now, but you will see. And I'm really excited about this, and I'm really looking forward to it. But of course, it's also something that, yeah, kind of makes me anxious sometimes. Not really, but you know, this feeling that everything that you worked until now was maybe for nothing. But I think there are some things that you just have to review. Just think about what your life right now does for you, and how are you in this moment. And just like, I think in 20s you just really develop, and you just become a different person kind of. So I think there are some kind of things that I just realized over the years right now, just made it more clear for me what my path should be, stuff like that. So yeah, it will be something super interesting, I think. And two things that I can tell you right now that I think started to make me think, or were also helpful in my mindset of how I'm gonna go further with my life, with my studies and stuff like that, were two books as well. One of which is Silent Spring by Rachel Carson, which is about this whole pesticide thing that happened already in 60s and 70s, which is still true today. So there are this book really made me think about all of this stuff and wanted me to know more about this. But I think this is something that, takes also a lot of time to research, because it's not something that is on the surface very clearly. Another book that I really enjoyed was the Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green, which kind of is, I would say, a positive view on the 21st century, which I never really had. I was always very pessimistic and negative about what is happening in the world. But this book really made me smile a lot, and was super cool, even though I didn't get everything, not living in America and stuff like that. It's a bit different, but there are a lot of things that also made me think about this whole Anthropocene thing. And of course it wasn't only positive, but just the way of how people are living right now and what is happening and how do we develop, and just knowing that you are really the part of this world, that the people, that the society created until now, things that you can change and things that you cannot change. And I think this will really help me also to find a path, in a sense, in the future, So as I told you before a bit, there are going to be a few cool projects coming up, I hope, because there were things that I was postponing all the time, procrastinating on, and I think I don't want to be this kind of person, okay, it's New Year, I want to start, but it's kind of because I just quit my job. It is kind of a new chapter for me, and a different one as well. So I want to just really focus on these things that will make me happy. This kind of small projects to photography and travel. So I will work on this throughout this year, probably much more. And you are accountability people, so that's why I also do this, because otherwise I would just want to feel like a fraud. So, I have to do this, and I really have to motivate myself. And and also it motivates me if I know that people are expecting something. So that's why I share that with you. And also I was talking about some books, but I didn't really meet my goal of reading as much books as I wanted. I had a goal of reading 23 books. 22 books, because it's 2022, but in the end I realized it's too much, and I only read about 13 books. So I kind of failed in that thing, but it will always be my goal to read more every year, and I just didn't put that much of a pressure on me this year, so we'll see what happens. Books are always a very, very good source for inspiration for me and for thinking about stuff. So this is just the best thing that can happen to improve that, I think. So I will head back home and I don't know, and do something productive, but I'm really happy that I finally got to film something after such a long time, because the thing with creativity is just you have to learn to be creative even if you don't feel like it. And this is something that is also on my bucket list for next year, to be more consistent with everything that I do. And I know I say that all the time, but sometimes just life is different and it doesn't always work like that. So I just hope it's gonna be better this year, and that I have the motivation to create things, because I really love doing this, and I really wanna show the beautiful things in life, and also the not so nice things, because life is not as everyone thinks it is, on social media and stuff. Even though YouTube is of course also social media, but it's for me super important to be honest and transparent with you and stuff. So I'm gonna try to do that, and also maybe do more vlogs, kind of things like this, even though my hand is killing me right now. I have a nice view, well, more or less. What can you say about living in Switzerland, which is a whole big city in a sense? Nothing more to add. That's all I think for now that I wanted to tell you, the little recap and a bit of failures and things that I managed to do and things that I want to do next year. And yeah, I would love to know how was your year 2022, and if you have any, you know, things that you want to work on still, or things that you didn't achieve last year and want to continue on working, as I have some of them. Yeah, if you have some things you want to share, just put them down in the comments, and I hope I will see you in my next video soon. I wish you the happiest of New Year, and should it be a healthy, a good one, and an adventurous one. Yeah, I hope I will see you soon. Bye guys.